Hello everyone, welcome back to Squad Lounge Studio, into episode 1 of Drawing Your My AirPods somewhat fell. And welcome back to episode 1 of Drawing Your Comments. In episode 0 is when I started this, and now we're going to be going through it in this one. Before we get into it, I did kind of overdo it a bit. In the sense of, I left likes on literally every comment I got last video, and thought I could, be able to find time to get every single one done, but couldn't. I'm still gonna do them. So, literally every suggestion last video is gonna be done. It's just the ones that aren't in this video are gonna be at the start of episode 2, aka next video. So don't worry, that like on your comment wasn't just random. But I do need to get this video out because the thing is, I'm working on a lot of art-related stuff, along with college work, other channel being gaming. I mean, heck, for the other channel, animation. I mean, I'm just gonna flash the creative thing. Who? Did you see it? Who? Yeah, I'm working on a lot. Anyways, let's get into it. Big Bub Games asks, can you draw or can you make Hollow Knight? Yes, I can. Actually started playing this game quite a bit ago. I've yet to continue it, mainly because ever since one incident a while ago, earlier this decade, I kind of have a fear of completing games too fast. People will always be like, oh wow, this game's so hard, this game's so hard. The only time games were hard for me was because I used to play on a broken Xbox controller. Like seriously, stick drift was a nightmare. I grew up playing OG Fortnite in a good most of Chapter 2, somewhat into Chapter 3, with a stick drift controller. I've had to deal with controllers just getting worse and worse with stick drift. Back at my childhood home, I probably have 9 controllers I've bought throughout the years. Luckily, their newer models don't have stick drift. But yeah, so I'm I've had quite a bit of a challenge, and because of that, as I've actually played games without stick drift, I've kind of flown right through them. The one I'm specifically talking about is Doom Eternal. I haven't finished it yet, but I was flying through that game so fast that within a week after starting it, my brother would enter the room and be all like, wait, you're already at the level where you get the sword? And I was like, yeah, wow, you're almost done with the game. And I'm like, oh. But I do plan on finishing it because Hollow Knight is really fun, and I do want to get around to Silk Song, especially from how big that game is. But anyways, here's your Hollow Knight. Sweet Potato Chip 220 says, a pug, unicorn, and capybara roasting marshmallows at a campfire. Fantastic suggestion. This one I gotta play with the lighting and a dark environment a bit. I mean, they just asked for the animals, so I didn't want to focus too much on background, a forest or something like that, because that would put way too much time into this art, and I had to do other ones along with artwork with other projects. I mean, heck, what you saw at the beginning of the video isn't even all the art stuff in my Krita thing. Some of it I've had to transfer from one PC to the other, and they're just sitting in email documents. But this one was really fun. I gotta draw a bit and test out my skills with some animal anatomy. The unicorn was fun, pug, and I gotta mess around with a small fire lighting a bit. I kind of wish I did more about the luminescence of the fire, maybe something with the background, but what's done is done. It's still a great drawing, I think. And yeah, there's not much else to say about this one. Here's the pug, unicorn, and capybara roasting marshmallows over a fire. Dino King G426 read that like a Disney character discovering the internet for the first time. Can you please draw a terror bird with beautiful daffodils in the background? This one I absolutely loved drawing. I decided to try and go a more realistic route, which I never really do often. I like my stylization, which I still kind of kept with how I did the line art. But I wanted to encapsulate a terror bird, especially because I haven't really drawn many prehistoric birds. But this one was really fun. In fact, this art piece kind of helped me land a job at my college. I kid you not. So thank you, Dino King. You helped me out a lot with this art piece. So with the daffodils in the background, that means I was drawing a background. With that in mind, I had to think of, okay, so what's the environment? Because I can't just have a background like it's a green screen. Because, like, you know, I want to put the whole terror bird in there. I don't want to do just part of it. They asked for a terror bird, I'm giving them a terror bird. So I decided to make it as if it's walking on, like, somewhat of like a dried up but recently wet track. And put some, like, mountains or, like, hills in the background. You know, make it seem like it's an open field, but, you know, it's not like a common open field. Like, things go through there, it's a different environment, stuff like that. The daffodils were the trickiest part. I had to kind of wing it with that. But honestly, it was really fun. In fact, I genuinely think this would make for, like, a great background. I mean, heck, I made it, like, an actual size. Like, I made this the exact size of my YouTube thumbnails. 1280 by 720. Pixels, that is, of course. But I decided to play with the colors a bit because I wanted to be a bit more vivid because, funny enough, a lot more in our life is meant to be colorful. Like, a lot of the Greek statues and things that were made to mimic Greek statues with the whiteness is actually entirely false. A lot of the statues were meant to be very colorful, but throughout time, the color faded. So, congratulations, you just got a history lesson that life is actually meant to be more colorful. So, minimalism is actually the opposite of human evolution. Is that how I should say? Screw minimalism is what I'm saying here. But yeah, I did learn that through a recent art history class. I've always kind of known that because, like, when you look at other cultures and the colorful things that were preserved, like, perfectly and how much color they have compared to other things, and also when you learn how color... Someone's mowing the lawn. But basically, just... And when you learn how, like, color fades during our current times, from sun bleach, withering, weather, stuff like that, you kind of just learn that things back then were meant to be more colorful. I mean, heck, even the moon is more colorful. With the recent pictures, like, look at this, bruh. The art online based on the moon was absolutely beautiful. I have a whole section in my phone dedicated to art pieces I've saved of that. Heck, even new pictures of our like, close by parents? Planets are more colorful than original photos. Life is meant to be colorful, so I hate how so much corporate crap is gray and dark and dull. America shall just be gray. This is what the founding fathers intended. You can thank me later. I'm the best, quite frankly. Quite frankly, minimalism. I need to drink more water. Oh, that hurt. But yeah, here is your terror bird. I hope you enjoy it. I certainly enjoyed drawing this one. And yeah. Next art. Cyan. I think that's meant to be the name of the Murder Drones character. I really need to continue watching Murder Drones. I need to know their names. But they say, draw the mimic from FNAF, riding Springtrap. Also from FNAF, like a pony. You don't think I know who Springtrap is? You don't know who I think Springtrap is? You don't know who Springtrap is? This one was just overall fantastic to do. Like, I kept it simplistic, just, you know, drew the characters with features where you're like, yeah, that's so-and-so, that's the mimic, that's Springtrap. This one was overall fun to do because I got to do cool expressions with these robot characters. And what I like about the mimic is that since it can stretch its body, you can really make it have, like, cool poses that are very cartoonishly stretched. That's what I did for the mimic thumbnail when I made a video about Bike by Night. Which, I wonder if that game's ever going to come back. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But this was really fun to do. It didn't take too long to make, so there's not much else to talk about with this one. Though, I like the way you think, and heck, maybe I'll use this as like a screensaver someday. Thank you for the suggestion. Draw my emo marshmallow profile picture, and can I use it as my profile picture if you draw it? I am going to draw it, and yes, you can use it as your profile picture. I don't see why not. This one's going to be pretty fast. I had to kind of like look and squint at your profile picture to get it right, so hopefully I got it right. But yeah, this one I got to play around with texturing of the hair, you know, texturing of a marshmallow. And overall, I actually really enjoyed this one. I thought it would be simple, quick, you know, stuff like that, but I actually was in the flow with making this. I even decided to make a colorful background to kind of match the overall vibe. And I basically drew your emo marshmallow, and now he looks like he watches only Tim Burton movies. But yeah, here's the profile picture. Enjoy! The Jammer, a block of cheese riding a dragon over the ocean at sunset. I love the way your brain thinks. This one was great. I gotta test out like some brushes and do like a cool sunset, and I love what I did with this one. Like genuinely, you know what? That's something I gotta do for a video. Aesthetic videos, encapsulating aesthetics from like certain punks, maybe nostalgic bits. Like I already kind of tried something with the 2021 through 2022 like nostalgia appreciation thing. Kind of inspired by like winter transitioning between December of 2021 and the early year winter of 2022. How do you refer to an early year winter? You know, when you say winter of 2023, people think of like, you know, November, December. No one really ever mentions the earlier winters, like, you know, before spring hits. But either way, this one was fun. When making it, I realized you said block of cheese, and I kind of did a wheel of cheese. But I just kind of went along with it because it helps me add like a fun expression to it. I hope that's fine. But this one was really fun, and I personally love dragons, so, I mean, heck, one of my favorite animated movies of all time is How to Train Your Dragon 2. In fact, I love that whole trilogy. But this one was really fun, and doing like the lighting on the ocean to the lighting in the sky, the orange sun, the texturing, using different brushes, stuff like that to encapsulate the overall coloring scheme of a sunset, while also making sure like the redness and orange I chose for the dragon doesn't mix in with the background too much. And the shading was also kind of difficult because I had to do it more in the middle because the sun is coming out like at a side angle. So, yeah. Also, I kind of wish I adjusted like the background wing a little more, but I think it's fine. Either way, enjoy your block of cheese riding a dragon over the ocean at sunset. Alright, now there's not many others to complete at the time. What should I do next? Hey, just discovered your channel, through shorts, draw your persona and JoJo poses. Ooh, I like that one. Can you draw the British Mark 1 male tank, please? Ooh, that could be a fun challenge. And, wait, what's this one? 14 dinosaurs riding on a ballpark Frank and Peanuts fighting in a Dark Age war with waxed, weathered, cut copper stairs. I gotta do this one. Okay, this is gonna be the last one for this current video, but no need for the ones that didn't make it, you know, from the comments of last video into this one. Man, I should really start making scripts for these. But basically, if your comment didn't get picked up for this video, don't worry. I'm still gonna do it, and it's gonna be at the start of the next video. This is my first time doing something like this, so if anything, this is helping me to learn, like, you know, how to do better at, like, picking things. But for this one, I'm gonna do something a little different when picking. Not too different, so you can still comment down below while you're watching, like, an art suggestion. But for this one, I had fun with. I wish I could have done, like, more weapons and stuff like that to emphasize the Dark Age, but, real talk, it was kind of difficult, too. Like, drawing Peanuts on their own is, like, one thing. But, like, adding things along with them mixed in there, along with stairs with their dimensions. And then the dragons in the... Not dragons, dinosaurs in the sky. It said ballpark Frank, so I'm pretty sure that meant the hot dog, so I hope I got that right. And for some of them, and for the dinosaurs, to make sure, you know, I was able to do them up there, I had to like kind of somewhat like copy and paste and change their shapes a bit. Especially because at this point I realized I really had to get this video out. But I still try to put in like a good effort for this. Real talk though, this entire scene is like the type of thing you would only see in like an obscure Family Guy cutaway. Just, man, Lois, this is more intense than a time I was able to control my vivid dreams. And then it's just this scene. Overall, this was incredibly fun. The stairs were surprisingly more fun to draw than I thought they would be. Like, I thought they would be more of like, okay, let's get this over with, but I actually enjoyed it, weirdly enough. But yeah, not much else to say about this one. I hope you enjoy your 14 dinosaurs on ballpark hot dogs soaring through the sky while Peanuts and the waxed, I'm not saying the full name, waxed stairs, are fighting in a Dark Age war. Enjoy. And that concludes this episode of Drawing Your Comments. Make sure to comment down below more suggestions. And of course, like I said multiple times through this video already, for the ones that I didn't do last video, I'm still gonna do those, so don't worry about that. But feel free to do more suggestions down below. I'm not gonna, like, you know, do the whole heart thing that makes it seem like I'm gonna do it. You know, that way, like, you know, I don't do something that makes you expect it. Not, at least not until, like, a certain point. I'm gonna do, like, the different thing I'm gonna do this time is that I'm gonna let suggestions build, and then I'm gonna look through them and, like, pick out which ones to do. Either way, if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like on the video, and if you like what I make, subscribe. As you saw at the little teaser at the start of my Krita documents, which is, by the way, Krita is the art program I use. It's free to download, by the way, so if you want to get into digital art, I highly suggest this one. But I'm working on other projects such as Fortnite and Minecraft concepts, along with other things, and some of these projects also leak into my other channel, the first channel I ever made, 00 Graham, which is moi, which is my gaming channel. If you're into that stuff, head over there and check out my content. Alright, that fully concludes everything now. I'll see y'all next one. Bye.